Welcome to the Brown Girls Collective, where community isn't just a word, it's a practice. Here we gather to read, to listen, and to tell the stories that shape our culture. From book club conversations that challenge how we think and feel, to interviews that spotlight voices, building, healing, and leading in real time. This is a space for honest dialogue, shared wisdom, and collective growth. We believe in culture with context, conversations with purpose, and community that shows up. These are our stories, these are our conversation, and this is the Brown Girls Collective.
Hey family, welcome back to the Brown Girls Collective podcast, where we turn conversations into connections and connections into culture. From book club discussions to interviews to street conversations, where we're always creating space for her voice and her story. If you're new here, my name is Sierra, and today we're sitting down with someone whose words are shaping generations. Rian N. Jenkins is a teacher, spoken word artist, author, mentor, and program director of Crown Her, who has spent over 30 years inspiring, educating, and empowering through storytelling. She is the author of 3 poetry anthology, 2 children books, A Blessing for the World and Heaven's Jewel, and her middle grade novel, Reverse. And she helps writers navigate self-publishing through her workshop and publishing company. So family, help me welcome Ms. Rian N. Jenkins.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. How are you today?
I'm really good, really good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can't complain on this good day today. So let's get into our community segment. Before we get deep, we like to warm things up Brown Girl style. So we're starting with rapid fire. Rian, are you ready?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's go. All right. Question 1. One thing about Black culture you'll defend forever.
That we can wear our hair however we want to.
What food instantly makes you feel like you're at a Black function?
Ribs.
The first Black moment that made you feel proud to be Black?
My book, the publication of my book. I feel
one
it.
more.
Go ahead.
Which twin is your type? Smoke or Stack?
I was
Perfect. How did you like that game there? Now let's go into our theme segment. Our theme this month is History But Make It Black, a love letter to us. Because our history isn't just what we survived, it's what we celebrated, what we created, and how we love ourselves and each other. So I'll go first. If I had to write a 1-line love letter to my younger self, it would be keep going and have the confidence. Now, Rian, I want to ask you the same question. If you could write a 1-line love letter to your younger self, what would it say?
You were created to be awesome. Honor that in every moment.
And you're absolutely right. We are created differently and unique. And I love everything about the Black culture. And that's a great message that you should say to the younger self of you. And I'm pretty sure that would took you to where you're at now. So family, we want to hear from you too. Drop your 1-line love letter in the comments. Make sure you tag Brown Girls Collective, and your response could be featured in our next episode. Yesterday, we had the opportunity to go out to Soda City, which is a local farmers market down on Main Street. And we went to the streets to see what the community had to say. So roll that clip.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
What's up?
How y'all doing?
Doing good.
Good. What is your name, sir?
Hakeem.
Hakeem.
Darius.
What y'all do? I see cameras.
I'm a photographer, filmmaker.
Okay.
I have a company here called Thinking Kingdom Media,
Okay.
where I do content for small business owners, artists, and entrepreneurs.
Oh, what you do?
I'm a full-time ER nurse, but I do photography and everything like on the side, you know.
All right. I'm gonna play a game called red flag, green flag. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a scenario, and you're just gonna tell me whether you think it's a red flag or a green flag.
All right, let's
All
go.
right. Okay. She tells you exactly what she needs emotionally instead of expecting you to guess. Is that a red flag?
Green flag
That's a
for
green
sure.
flag.
Yep.
Have you ever been with anybody that actually did that?
Not in my experience.
Nah, nope.
Okay.
Nope.
I'm hoping you're gonna say yeah, but
I mean, I've been married 17 years now, so she had to learn over time
okay.
how to do that, and I had to learn too. Let me not, act like I had it all together because I didn't.
Okay. Okay, so the next one is going to be she pulls back when she feels unappreciated instead of arguing. Is that a red flag or a green flag?
Green flag.
Okay. Somebody.
I'm gonna
Okay, go ahead.
make my own category. I'm gonna say it's a yellow flag.
You pull back. If I care, I'm gonna try to find out. Now, I'm only gonna try to find out one time. Now, but
Not too much.
not too much.
Because it's a green flag for not arguing, because arguing don't get you nowhere. Nobody really hear your point. Everybody just yelling back and forth. That don't get you nowhere. But red flag as far as pulling back, depending on how far you pulling back, because then there's no communication, so there's never no resolution to the issue. So that's why I'm gonna say yellow flag.
All right, so next one. She expects consistency even when you're going through something financially.
I'm gonna say the expectation of consistency is based on situation, case by case. But as men, especially as black men, we gotta demonstrate consistency in all areas of our lives. If we got something financial going on, we gotta normalize it being our fault. And taking responsibility for making sure we clean that up. And I'm just speaking to all the husbands out there and all the
17
guys.
17 years.
You know what I'm saying?
17 years,
It's still on you. Even though she might have spent that money on Christmas or whatever, bro, you got to get back out here and go get it back, bro.
All right, so last one, y'all. Let me find a good one. She won't tolerate disrespect, even if it's just jokes.
I'm going to say green flag because I feel like in a relationship, there should be no disrespect. We should both be respectful of each other.
Yeah.
We can laugh and we can joke without it being disrespectful.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people sometimes they'll say what they really want to say in a joking way. But, I was just joking. No.
Right.
That's what you really want to say.
You meant that. You meant that.
You saw your opportunity. You took it and tried to dress it up as a joke. So I'm going to say that's a green flag.
Okay.
No disrespect in the relationship.
Thank y'all for your time. I
No
really
doubt.
appreciate it. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day out here.
I appreciate it.
Okay, now these fellas were talking real grown in these clips. So Ryan, overall, were you getting red flag energy or green flag energy?
I was definitely getting green flag energy, and I appreciate the transparency. Ironically, I know Darius personally.
Wow.
So he's good. He's a great videographer, a great rapper, and a man of integrity. And but him and the young man both spoke of a truth that we have to be honest with each other as partners. And if we can learn to be more honest with each other, that's definitely a green flag.
Yeah, they were very, like you said, transparent and very just upfront about, being in relationships and standing up and being Black men. And that's one thing I do love about their comments. Were there any of the answers that they said, Ryan, that stood out to you or surprised you when they did respond?
I will say when Darius responded to the financial question about consistency, even if things are going through, I disagree to a point, even though I do believe the man is the breadwinner and he should be the provider for the home. But if you are struggling financially, maybe you lost your job or maybe something happened, as your wife, as your partner, I should be able to pick up the slack. You shouldn't have to work harder to bring something in if I'm able to work and bring in income. So, and I understand he said, if she spent it all for Christmas, you need to go get it. Nah, she needs to be mindful how much she spends for Christmas if she knows we are struggling financially. So,
and I do agree that it's a balance in a relationship. You just can't expect for one man because that could be a strain on the Black man anyways, so I feel like if you could say, okay, there's 1 month where you may not got it, I got it. And that's what the balance is for a relationship. So great. I'm glad we both had to see what kind of questions these men had and their thought process. Now let's look on to our culture reflect. But on a bigger level, what part of Black culture do you hope never gets diluted or lost?
That we came from royalty. That is something that's not taught enough in schools. So for some reason, schools have historically taught that our origination came from being enslaved, and we were long before existed before then. So, but just for that to be taught in schools and especially taught in the homes, I think it comes bigger if it comes from the homes.
And I love that because one thing about us, no matter what we're facing, we know how to laugh, joke, and find joy in the middle of it. Humor is how we connect, how we heal, and how we survive. And that's why we can play games, talk relationships, talk purpose, and still keep it real all in the same place. That's kind of like the Brown Girls vibe.
Yes.
So we're going to ask our audience as well, if you feel like, there's something in the Black culture that never should get duplicated, drop that in the comments so we can chat with you and we can connect with you as well. Now let's go to the community and see what they have to say.
Yeah, you learn something new every day. All right, so what is your name?
Crystal.
So I'm Queen.
Nice.
How old are you, if you feel like sharing?
48.
48, 45, let's go. And where are you from?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte, North Carolina, in the building. We outside. Okay, so I got some questions for you. It's going to be 20 seconds. You have to answer them honestly, and we're going to have a good time, okay?
Okay.
Ready? All right. First question. The first Black moment that made you feel proud?
When I had my baby boy.
Let's go. Okay, one thing about Black culture that you'll defend forever.
Roll over. Okay.
All right, next one. One phrase you grew up hearing that lives in your head rent free.
Sorry. Look out for your brother and your sister. Don't fight your brother and your sister.
So what's your name?
Alicia.
Alicia, and if you want to disclose, how old are you?
I'm 34.
34, okay. And where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta.
Atlanta, Georgia, in the building.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I got some questions for you.
Okay.
Only 20 seconds. We're going to get right through them, okay? Got you. First Black moment that made you feel proud?
First Black. Oh. I mean, I guess right off the top, something that I remember would be when Obama got elected to be a president.
All right. One thing about Black culture that you'll defend forever?
We have the best food. We have the best food.
All right. A phrase that you grew up with that lives in your head rent free?
Black don't crack.
Black don't crack. So, what's your name? I am Queen. And if you feel like disclosing, how old are you? Where are you from?
I'm from Miami.
Miami, Florida, in the building. I'm from Brooklyn. Nice to meet you. All right, so I got some rapid fire questions for you. So
Okay.
20 seconds, answer as many questions as you can, okay? It's gonna be fun. We're gonna be good. Ready? Yeah. First Black moment that made you feel proud.
My grandmother came from Jamaica.
Oh,
Wonderful.
come on, Caribbean.
That's right.
Oh, okay. One thing about Black culture that you'll defend forever. Because it's always good Black time. All right. One phrase that you grew up hearing that lives in your head rent free.
If you don't go clean that room,
Listen. And one more. One thing that your younger self would thank you for today. That's it. And that's it. It's a wrap. Thank you so much. Let's take a hugger. You a hugger? Oh, yeah, a hugger. You love a hugger. Thank you so much.
You spent over 30 years using words to inspire and educate. When did you first realize storytelling was your calling and not just something you were good at?
Ironically, even though I started writing at 11, I didn't realize it was a calling until I was 20. And I definitely just because I clearly heard the voice of God saying, this is what you're called to do. I kind of did it as a hobby. I kind of did it as I'm good at this, but I never saw the purpose and this could potentially be a career until I was about 20 years old.
Wow. How long do you think you ran from your calling? I'd like to hear that. Because some people say,
Well, I know for me, I don't know if it's necessarily a ran from it or just because opposition came, I question it. So, and that's when people have to be careful. When you know something is on your life, opposition is going to come to strengthen you in that matter. And I know for me, despite me hearing from God, you're called to do A, B, C, D, and F, and it all had to do with writing, publications, and whatnot. Because I took a writing course at Winthrop University and received a lot of critique. Because normally when I put my work out there, you hear, oh my gosh, that's such a good job. Oh my gosh, Ryan, I want to read some more. That's all I heard. So for the first time I heard someone say, no, you need to fix this, you need to fix that. And it was simply critique. And I took that as, oh, I don't need to write fiction anymore. I kept writing poetry, but I did not write fiction. And then I was approached probably between 20 and 21 about publishing. I was scared of the cost and kind of just sat on it. And it wasn't until 2008 when I was at a class reunion with two classmates who said, Ryan, whatever happened to those stories? Keep in mind, from 2000 and 2008, I had not written any fiction.
Wow.
And they had read my fiction when I was in middle school. When we were in 7th grade together at Alice Drive Middle School in Sumter, South Carolina. And they said, we need you to start writing those stories. Like, we remember those stories. And from there, just started writing it down, and eventually just had to go through the process of, figuring out what I wanted to write and how I wanted to write it. But that's when I really realized, okay, we need to be serious about that. And even though the journey took until 2021, because I was still trying to figure out, do I want to self-publish? Do I want to traditionally publish? Who's going to be my editor? Who's not going to be my editor? It took some time, but once I stuck to it, like this past year, 2025, I released 3 books in 1 year. That's unheard of.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that. That's major.
So yeah, once you figure out, okay, I know what I heard and I need to stick to it despite the opposition. Yeah, I just kept going with it.
Okay. But thank you. And as a Black woman who's a teacher, a poet, author, and mentor, how do all of those connect to one mission for you?
I mean, at the end of the day, I know I'm called to be light. We're all called to be light and be the salt of the earth. And as a result, all of those professions pour into people. All of those positions make sure that people are their best selves. Me as a teacher, me as a mentor. I have about 15 girls that I work with. And then you have as an author, as a writer. I don't put work out there that's going to diminish you. It's going to remind you of who you are. It's going to speak to the power in you. And I do believe I do that as a mentor. I do believe I do that definitely as a writer. So it's just to empower you to be your best selves, because we're meant to speak life into people and to pull them to their best selves.
And how does the girls get involved to be a part of your mentorship?
Well, right now, the way it's been set up is these are girls I've either taught or mentored since we were together at a middle school here in Columbia, South Carolina. So at some point we crossed paths and they just remained with me. Okay. I haven't really brought in any new girls. Because I'm no longer in a middle school or a high school. You're still trying to figure out funding and being a nonprofit. So I don't want to bring more girls into the mix, and we don't know exactly how we want to transition after next year. So basically I'm remaining with the girls that I have. So the youngest group of girls I have are sophomores, and the oldest group of girls I have are seniors. And I've been with them again since they were 7th and 8th grade.
Wow. And I bet they keep you busy.
They do. Yeah.
All right. So Black history is often taught struggle, but your work also centers imagination, healing, and joy. Why is it important for our stories to include more than just survival?
Because there's so much more to us. There are so many happy moments to us. Like, I don't think we understand the strength of our people. If you really look at the history of what we have endured from the time that we were kidnapped from Africa, and how we were able to build businesses, how we were able to thrive despite the fact that they would bomb them and tear them down, but we still had a song in our spirit. We still had words to write down. We still had clothes to put together and put in houses. And the fact that we still keep going, and the fact that we're still here, the fact that we're not reflecting what was done to us as a result of revenge. No, we put it in our work. We put it in our power. And that's why it's okay for us to have a movie with Black people talking about their dog. Like, it don't have to be, running from the police. It don't have to be in the hood. It could be simple stories, because all of us, we're not monolithic. So as a result, we have many different stories to share the beauty of our people.
You're absolutely right. And then, sometimes it kind of is discouraging when you see movies that's portraying that. It's like, it's more than that. We're happy people. We have great moments. We created a lot of things. We are the culture. Mm-hmm. So thank you. You pour into younger girls through Crown Her and your mentorship work. Mm-hmm. What do you think Black girls need the most right now that the society isn't giving them enough of?
Validation. And then just affirming that you're already you're already that girl. You don't have to develop. You don't have to, not saying we don't have to transition and become immature, but you're already, if we teach our girls, and especially our boys from day one, you have exactly what you need. Of course, you have to cultivate it. Of course, you have to develop it, but you have everything you need inside of you to be awesome. They wouldn't be chasing certain things. They wouldn't be feeling like I have to act this way to be accepted. They'll just be fine to be who they are and who they were created to be.
And be their true self-identity, you know? So I do agree with you on that. It's crazy how society has made them feel like they have to be this certain way or look this certain way. And, you know, I do agree. We do need to give them more validation of being who they are, their true identity self. When we talk about making history, it doesn't always mean being famous. What kind of legacy are you most proud of building? And if someone wrote a chapter about your life in a future Black history book, what would you want that chapter to be titled?
I would say purpose driven. That would be the title, purpose driven.
Do you mind elaborating a little bit on that?
Just that I was all about my purpose. So it wasn't just about just living my best life and doing what pleased me. I ultimately lived to be a testament to God and just what he called me to be. And that's to be better towards people. Not saying I always got it right, but you know, even through my teaching, the fact that I can run into students and parents in the grocery store and they're thanking me for, you know, who I was as a teacher, the fact that I have former mentees who are actually mentors with the girls that I work with now. You know, it's a full circle moment. And even when my words, my poetry, my books, people constantly speak of how it's empowering, how it causes people to realize how awesome they are. So just being purpose driven, that I did not get selfish in the sense that I wasn't trying to shine my light, if that makes sense.
And this will be the last question. What gives you hope right now?
What gives me hope is people are willing to put in the work, despite the fact that it's a very tumultuous, dark time. People are willing to put in the work. People are still willing to. People are understanding that we are light and it won't get better if we dim ourselves. So I think that's what gives me hope, seeing other people do their thing. And I guess, and also my faith in God. You know, I know in the end how everything will turn out. So I'm not dismal, even though it looks really crazy right now. Yeah. But just the fact that people are not giving into the craziness and not allowing themselves to be negatively affected. They're allowing themselves to pour into their community, pour into their village to get strengthened so we can keep this fight going. It is going to be a fight, but it's worth it.
Right. Well, Rian, I want to thank you so much for sharing your heart, your words, and your purpose with us. This conversation really felt like a love letter to our history, our children, and our future. To everyone watching, if this spoke to you, support Black authors, support Black educators, and support the voices shaping the next generation. And definitely check out Rian's book and programs. All her info is in the description, so you just can stay connected and pour back into someone who is truly pouring into us.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode. Make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. And definitely visit BrownGirlsCollective.org or Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Can't wait to see you next time.